Welcome to this episode of Sports Scene. I'm Landry Russell.
And I'm Brooke Draper. Today we're going to be focusing on the early part of the season for men and women's basketball.
We've also got interviews with coaches and players so they can tell us in their own words how they think the season's going to go.
The mentality of this team is completely different this year in that aspect as far as preparing for games, practices. Personnel-wise, we have the same talent. It's just a matter of tapping that talent and getting better every day. And it's a process, it's a grind. We're not going to have immediate success right now, and I think the expectation is that we are. And, you know, with what we have returning, that expectation is there, you know, not only in our minds, but also in, you know, our fans' minds, other teams in the league's mind. The hunger has to be there. It's not just going to turn on. You have to work on it every day. But, you know, the depth has always been our strength. It's just right now just a matter of getting in a groove and understanding, everybody understanding what the role is and accepting that and embracing it. You know, I learn a lot from Coach Haggerty, from Coach Siegler and John Trilly, and just to watch them work every day, we learn a lot from them and how they balance winning and how they approach practices. That helps us, and you see that pay off for them year in and year out. They're always successful.
This program has been successful before we've even gotten here, so we definitely do want to bring that winning attitude and tradition into every year, having an expectation of winning. We really focus a lot on competing. You know, in saying that, we focus on the next game, but we do have the ultimate goal of winning a national championship. So everything that we do in preparation, preseason, and throughout the season is to win a national championship. And if we're doing something that doesn't lead, that we feel like doesn't lead to that, then we won't do it. And again, we focus on the next game at hand as well, but that's our main focus. We do have a lot of experience on our bench. We think it's definitely a positive for our basketball team. And any time that you have guys that are ready and prepared and expect to play coming off that bench, it definitely makes your team stronger.
Well, when you start in preseason, you got to have a lot of volume of stuff, and the intensity shouldn't be like too high or too low at the same time. You got to progress in a proper systematic way, because if you go too hard, too long, that's when you see injuries like the chronic injuries, like stress fractures and stuff like that. The volume, again, is, like I said, really high, but the intensity is pretty low, just to get your bodies used to what's going on. And so when we get closer towards the end of preseason, it's not so much of the work aspect that we're doing, but the intensity is really heavy. There's no really, we train females differently from guys, because everyone needs to do back squats, so, you know, various strength exercises and injury prevention stuff. So think about the X's and O's, right? Offense and defense. Those X's and O's don't move as fast. They move more sluggish. Well, one of those X's is broke, so you can't even run the proper plays without a true injury prevention standpoint. You know, you got to have strength to overcome all those forces just to change direction. And that puts a lot of stress on the joints and, you know, just things like that. So that's why everything we do in the weight room is to facilitate the movement out there on the basketball court.
We know that we're good, and we know that people are expecting us to win, and that has changed our, I guess, persona of being hunting people to we are now the hunted.
A lot of guys coming back, including myself, Monzaga Williams, and Derek Castor, Eddie DeHady. We have a lot of experience coming back into this year, so we kind of know what it's like to achieve our goals this year.
One of our team goals is just whenever we're down, just stay together, don't give up.
One of them is to win a national championship. That's the first one, and you know, just to be perfect in every aspect of the game when we play and when we step on the floor.
the goal is always the same. We want a national championship. We want a conference championship. We want to host regionals. We know that last year we had the potential, and we ended up going to Colorado to play that. And this year, I think that is a huge goal for us, is we want to be the #1 seed in the region. Coach Jay knows what she's talking about. So just that commanding voice that comes from her, everyone is very responsive. When she tells you to do something, you do it.
Last year they won conference, so she knows what it takes to get there, and she pushes them, or pushes us to do the things that she knows we're capable of doing.
Yeah, he's really encouraging, and like he know what it takes for us to be the best and for us to win. Practice are just like game days, like we playing the real game. Nothing changes. Like we always competing. It's intense. It's crazy in practice. It's like we playing in a real game.
Practices have run pretty smoothly. We know that we have to keep the intensity up because our practices carry over really heavily to our games.
It's epic. It's epic in the league. And it's crazy up in here. Like the fans, they support us. The student section, it's really awesome. There's nothing like it.
There's a lot of support from the community. All the elementaries, all the middle schools, they come out and support.
I think the taste of success from last year intrinsically motivates them to be better, but it also can have another effect of being satisfied. And I think we're fighting that right now. And you know, I can yell and stomp and scream and do all that, but it's got to come from within the team, and it's hard to do that on a day-to-day basis. But you have to remember that feeling of what we felt like when we lost that last game last season.
With all the Elite Eights that we've gone to, it still is us falling short of where we wanted to be. So each year we've had the drive or the remembrance of either losing in the Elite Eight or just losing that last game of the year. And we definitely plan on each year winning the last game of the year, and that would be a national championship.
You know, it's just a game of basketball. Just gotta love it.
First conference home game is January 11th against Eastern New Mexico State, so make sure you come out and support men and women's basketball.
Well, that concludes this edition of Sports Scene. I'm Brooke Draper.
And I'm Landry Russell. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Until next time.